So around a week ago, I released the Zhiyun Crane 2S cinematic review, and it's like my most recent cinematic review. A lot of people asked how I created all the effects, how I edited it, how I shot it, and how I color graded it, and a ton more. So today I'll show you how I did it and the whole editing process, and I'll show you like an editing breakdown, and I'll also explain how I created everything quickly, I'd say. So how things work is I'll have the before on the top left and the after on the top right, and I'll have like a timeline on the bottom where you can see like the sound effects, the music, and the clips itself, and some overlays. And if you haven't checked out, please go check it out first so you get a clear understanding. And if you haven't checked out my recent digital product I released, it's like a After Effects template, and it's like a 3D cinematograph where you could use the template and learn how I created it and the tutorial itself. If you want to check it out, head to the link in the description. It would help me a lot. But with that being said, I'll play the editing breakdown right now.
There is still no word on a cure for the virus. Government officials report the virus is not airborne.
Please enter your password. Accessing.
Man, Burger put me on this wild goose chase to find the... Wait, give me a second. I'll call you back in a bit.
Hyperdrive activated. Scanning. Launch sequence activated. Stabilizing.
The Zhiyun Crane 2S easily pushed through all the tasks I put it through, and I can confidently say it will be in my camera bag for a long time.
Shutting down.
So I actually have like a whole like notes on my phone, and I just can't remember stuff, so I'm just gonna read off of this. So let's get into it. So let's talk about pre-production. So I had like a whole shots list for the intro part, and I had like a whole script for the talking segment, and I sorted out each location, how we're gonna shoot it, and marked which was the most important. Although I suck at pre-production, I got the shots I needed, but I did forget some. So for the filming part, I asked my good buddy Greg if he was down to help me film the intro part, and he was down. So yeah, you could check his videos and channel and his Instagram in the link in the description. We mostly shot on the Crane 2S, We used his Moza Aircross 1, and it was a bit shakier, and I had to warp stabilize it. And we also got a ton of handheld shots, which I did use warp stabilizer. And for the filming, it was filmed in New York City and Montauk Beach and other places. We shot mostly in 24 frames per second, but we did shoot some 60 frames per second, aka slow-mo. Now let's talk about the editing, aka the magic. This is the topic all of you guys been wanting to hear. So let's talk about the software I used. I used After Effects for most of the intro and Final Cut Pro X for the easy cut and color grade and mask. And I also used Final Cut Pro for the talking segment. So I'll start off with the flow of the video. I wanted to start it off in the home studio, very dark, moody. Then I wanted to transition to the city, and using the train passing by clip, I wanted to begin with the bricky alleyway mood, the reddish vibe. Then I transitioned to a variety of clips and entering that Doctor Strange portal, I say, and I had to mask like frame by frame like my body so the portal wasn't overlapping, because if it was, it wouldn't look natural. Then it transitions to a lock, like the fence place, I'd say, on the Manhattan Bridge, and then I zoomed into a hole in the fence, and that's where I dumped a variety of clips in there, and it was mostly about the gimbal and the portability and some features. After that, I transitioned to a more modern, clean look, aka like the World Trade Center area, and it was mostly blue and white. In that part, I wanted to show off the gimbal, the design, and some features. For the clip where it had a ton of effects in, I just tracked the clip, adjusted the overlays onto the clip, and got something like this. The tutorial will be dropping soon. Then I did the same thing for the next two clips, and I mostly did the same thing and techniques. So yeah, for the shots I took in the Oculus, they were mostly slow motion. For the second clip in the Oculus, I think, of Greg taking a picture, it was like a chromatic aberration blur, and that's like a plugin I found on YouTube. And yeah, then after that, it would transition back to the home studio where it was like me thinking of the perfect gimbal that would fit my needs. Then I threw the paper and transitioned to the other clip for the effect. I masked out each paper frame by frame, and then I dissolved it to like the other scene. This effect was inspired by the good dude Jamesmatthew. Then after that, I transitioned to the zhiyun logo. Then after that, the zhiyun logo glows and it goes into the logo and transitions into another clip. This clip was like my first cinematic review. Check it above right here. And yeah, I created this effect by masking out the two letters in between and keyframe the opacity. Then after that, it would go onto a more beachy vibe, like a teal and orange look, but not those like wannabe like Sam Calder travel teal and orange LUTs. Those are like disgusting. So after that, I just cut to the beat mostly, and then after that, it was about it. So the video took around a month to edit. It wasn't like consistent because I had school starting and some client work I had to finish. So yeah, there were around 600 or more sound effects in this video. I tried not to go effects heavy and not too little. The color grading I used was from the free LUTs I created and tweaked them to something I liked, and you can find those free LUTs right up here or in the link in the description. I'll also be linking all of the stuff I mentioned in the link in the description. The music I used was from MusicBed. Their music has got to be the best ones. And then for the sound effects, I just use all of them from Epidemic Sound, which is the best, like to me, the best like sound design subscription. And yeah, so that's about it for this video. I tried not to like dive into every spec of the video because I wanted to keep it like in a quick and short amount of time, and I also just wanted to do the editing breakdown part. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new, and if you did, feel free to drop a like, a comment, subscribe, or a share. It would help me a ton. And that being said, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next time. Peace.